Good morning, students. Welcome to English class. Today, let us start with English 2, new chapter, chapter 11. Peter breaks through. Open page number 85. Let me introduce to the author. J.M. Barrie, 1860-1937, was a Scottish novelist and playwright. He is best known as the creator of Peter Pan. So, Barrie was a writer and he is best known for the creator of Peter Pan. Now, let us move on to the lesson. Getting started. Which is your favorite storybook character? Why do you like it? Yes, students, I hope you all will read the storybooks and you have a favorite character also whom you like very much. Okay, next, Peter Pan is a character created by Scottish novelist and playwright J.M. Barrie. Peter is a mischievous young boy who can fly and never grows up. He lives and has many adventures on the island of Neverland, where he interacts with fairies, pirates, mermaids, Native Americans, and also ordinary children from the world outside Neverland. So, Peter is an ordinary boy who is very naughty and he can fly, but he never grows up. He lives on the island of Neverland and he speaks to fairies and Native Americans and also ordinary children from the world outside Neverland. All children except one grow up. They soon know that they will grow up, and the way Wendy knew was this. One day, when she was 2 years old, she was playing in a garden and she plucked a flower and ran with it to her mother. I suppose she must have looked rather delightful, for Mrs. Darling put her hand to her heart and cried, "Oh, why can't you remain like this forever?" This was all that passed between them on the subject, but henceforth Wendy knew that she must grow up. When Wendy is a little girl of 2, she understands from a comment of her mother's that she will not stay a child for her entire life. Like all children, she will one day become an adult. There were 3 little darlings. Wendy came first, then John, then Michael. So she was having 3 children. Mrs. Darling was having 3 children. First was Wendy, then John, then Michael. The Darlings had a nurse as they were poor, owing to the amount of milk the children drank. This nurse was a prime Newfoundland dog called Nana. The Darlings had become acquainted with her in Kensington Gardens. She proved to be quite a treasure of a nurse. How thorough she was at bath time, and up at any moment of the night if one of her charges made the slightest cry. Of course, her kennel was in the nursery. They just could not afford the children on Mr. Darling's salary. Even so, they want everything to be proper, so they hire a nanny, a large Newfoundland dog called Nana. She is an excellent caretaker in all respects, but other children's nurses gossip meanly about her, and Mr. Darling worries that such an employee might affect his reputation. So, he also worries that Nana does not respect him enoughly, but Mrs. Darling always assures him otherwise. They are in general a happy, jolly family. There never was a simpler, happier family until the coming of Peter Pan. Mrs. Darling first heard of Peter when she was tidying up her children. minds. It is the nightly custom of every good mother, after her children are asleep, to rummage in their minds and put things straight for the next morning. It is a quite like tidying up drawers. Mrs. Darling first learns about Peter Pan late one night in the nursery, where she is performing the daily task of putting her children's mind in order, like all other mothers. And she sorts the things and put them in the proper manner for the next morning. She's cleaning up all the drawers also. I don't know whether you have ever seen a map of a person's mind. This means the person's mind is colorful, magical place full of dangers and joys, which takes place every day. John's, for instance, had a lagoon with flamingos flying over it, at which John was shooting, while Michael, who was very small, had a flamingo with lagoons flying over it. John lived in a boat turned upside down on the sands. Michael in a wigwam, Windy in a house of leaves, deftly sewn together. John was sitting near the lake and he was watching the flamingo birds flying over it, whereas John was trying to shoot them. And Michael, who was very small, he was just watching them. John lived in a boat turned upside down on the sands. Michael lived in a tent house and Windy in a house of leaves. Of all the delectable islands, the Neverland is the snuggest. Occasionally, in her travels through her children's mind, Mrs. Darling found things she could not understand, and of these quite the most perplexing was the word Peter. She knew of no Peter, and yet he was here and there in John and Michael's minds, while Windy's began to squirrel all over with him. Neverland was an attractive and warm island. So, what happened? Mrs. Darling, she was traveling through her children's minds. That means she was trying to study her children's mind, but she was not able to understand and she was little bit confused. She was also confused about the word called Peter. She did not know exactly who was Peter, and she tried to ask her son, that is, tried to ask John Michael to explain about Peter. She questioned Windy. He is Peter Pan, you know, mother, replied Windy. So when she asked Windy said, he is Peter Pan. At first, Mrs. Darling did not know, but after thinking back into her childhood, she just remembered a Peter Pan who was said to live with the fairies. She had believed in him at that time, but now that she was married, she quite doubted whether there was any such person. So, what happened? Mrs. Darling, she was thinking about her childhood, about when she was small. So suddenly she remembered Peter Pan, who was staying with the fairies. She believed for some time, but now as she is married, she had a doubt whether such person does exist or no. Besides, she said, "Oh Windy, he would be grown up by this time." "Oh no, he isn't grown up," Windy assured her confidently, "and he is just my size." So she said, "Windy, he must have grown up now. He must have become big." But Windy said, No, he is not grown up. He is just my size," she said with confidence. Some leaves of tree had been found on the nursery floor, which certainly were not there when the children went to bed. Mrs. Darling was puzzling over them when Windy said, "I do believe it is that Peter again. I think he comes in by the window." So what happened? There were some leaves on the nursery floor. That means it was lying on the floor, on the ground. But when children went to bed, there were not any leaves found on the floor. So what happened? Mrs. Darling was surprised. She was puzzling over them. Then Windy said, I do believe it is Peter. Windy said, it is Peter again who comes from the window. My love, it is 3 floors up. My love, we are in the 3rd floor, said Mrs. Darling. Were not the leaves at the foot of the window, mother? It was quite true. The leaves had been found near the window. So, the leaves were found very near the window. On the night we speak of, all the children were once more in bed. It happened to be Nana's evening off, and Mrs. Darling had sung to them till one by one they had slid away into the land of sleep. So, what happened? That day Nana he had off, that means he had holiday. So, Mrs. Darling was sitting near the children and she was singing a song so that they could sleep. All were looking so safe and cozy that she smiled at her fears now and sat down to sew. So everyone were looking very safe. Cozy means warm. They were safe and warm and they went to sleep. She smiled at herself as she was feared. So she was scared and she sat on the chair. You can see in the picture. The fire was warm and presently she nodded, oh, so gracefully. While she was dreaming, the window of the nursery blew open and a boy did drop on the floor. So she was dreaming and suddenly the window made a sound. So she saw a boy who was dropping on the floor. Children, you can see it in the picture, page number 85. She started up with a cry and saw the boy, and somehow she knew at once that he was Peter Pan. So suddenly she got up from her sleep and she started crying. And then suddenly she saw a boy near the window, and it was who? It was Peter Pan. Yes, students, this is the story. Now let me explain you this one in brief once again. The story is about the Darling family with the 3 children, Windy, John and Michael, who have a dog as their nurse. Mrs. Darling would put the children to bed, and each night she would tidy up their minds by searching for something in a disorganized manner and put things in organized or in order for the next morning. While doing this, she discovers the presence of Peter in their minds, in her children's mind. She asks Windy who Peter is and is told that it is Peter Pan. Mrs. Darling thinks of her own childhood and remembers a Peter Pan who was said to live with fairies. Though she believed at that time, now she has her doubts about his existence. Also, he would have grown up too. Windy assures her that he is just as young as herself and that he visits the children through the window of their bedroom. She mentions the leaves on the window sill to prove her point. Mrs. Darling decides to check this out and she sits in their room sewing after putting them to bed. Soon she falls asleep. While she is dreaming, a young boy comes in through the window. She sees the boy and knows immediately that it is Peter Pan. Students, this is the end of the lesson. Remaining grammar part I will do in the next video. Thank you.